What you are about to witness is raw footage recovered from a digital camera. The following events took place at 3 a.m. in a decommissioned medical facility. Tonight, we document the architectural decay and the urban legends surrounding this site. The explorer, known only as V, intended to document the history of the lower levels. We begin at the main entrance, where the structure's integrity is already failing. The air here is heavy with the scent of mold and forgotten history. The reception desk remains, frozen in time since the sudden closure in 1994. The first floor appears to be a standard wing for outpatient services. Note the biological stains on the floor. The source remains unidentified. A strange cold draft seems to be pulling us deeper into the building. We are now approaching the central elevator bank. None of these units are functional. The stairs are the only viable path to the lower technical levels. As we descend, the ambient temperature drops significantly. The silence is absolute, broken only by the hum of the explorer's equipment. We have reached the second floor. This was the intensive care unit. Odd markings have been scratched into the walls near the doorway. The explorer reports a feeling of being watched from the shadows. There is no logical explanation for the movement seen in this frame. We continue toward the back of the ward, looking for the service stairs. The floor here is covered in shattered glass and discarded patient files. A distant sound is detected, a low, rhythmic thumping. It seems to be coming from directly beneath our feet. The explorer decides to bypass the remaining upper floors and head to the basement. The basement stairs are steep and covered in an oily residue. The air here is thick with the smell described as sulfur mixed with incense. At the bottom of the stairs, the atmosphere changes drastically. This level was meant for the morgue and the hospital's incinerator. One of the morgue drawers is slightly open. The explorer hesitates. The thumping sound is louder now. It sounds like a drum. Against his better judgment, the explorer follows the sound. He reaches a junction. The left leads to the boiler room, the right to an unmarked area. He chooses the unmarked path. The smell of burning fat becomes overwhelming. The walls here are lined with strange offerings, flowers and coins. A faint red light begins to glow from the end of the passage. The explorer dims his flashlight to avoid detection. Chanting can now be heard. It is a language unknown to the investigator. In the center of the basement boiler room, a circle has been formed. 3 figures are visible, dressed in dark traditional robes. This is a Pesugian ritual, a dark pact for wealth and power. The center of the circle contains a collection of personal items and photographs. The atmosphere is suffocating. The explorer's heart rate is audible. One of the figures stands and begins to pour a dark liquid into the flames. The chanting grows in intensity, becoming a frantic shouting. Something is manifesting in the smoke above the altar. The explorer realizes he is in grave danger and prepares to retreat. The sound of the clanging pipe echoes through the silent chamber. The 3 figures turn their heads slowly toward the source of the noise. Their eyes reflect the red light with an inhuman intensity. The explorer turns and runs. The footage becomes chaotic. He sprints through the maintenance tunnels, the red light fading behind him. But the sounds of the ritual seem to be following him through the walls. He reaches the basement stairs and scrambles upward. A hand reaches out from a dark doorway on the first landing. He kicks free and continues the ascent, fueled by pure adrenaline. He reaches the ground floor, but the layout of the hospital seems to have changed. The exit he used to enter is now blocked by heavy iron bars. Panic sets in. The shadows in the lobby are lengthening. He hears a voice calling his name from the far end of the ward. He finds a window in the maternity wing that might be his only escape. The glass is thick, but he uses his heavy flashlight to smash it. He pulls himself through the broken frame just as a figure reaches for his legs. The explorer falls onto the damp grass outside, gasping for air. He doesn't stop. He runs toward his vehicle, parked in the distance. The hospital windows seem to glow with a faint, pulsing red light. He enters the car and locks the doors. The engine struggles to start. Finally, the engine roars to life. He speeds away from the cursed grounds. It was only after reviewing the footage that he noticed the anomaly in the passenger seat. Something had followed him out. Something that wasn't finished with him. The explorer has since deleted his social media and disappeared. This footage remains the only evidence of what transpired that night. Experts believe the ritual was intended to summon a Banaspati. Such pacts require a life in exchange for the boons granted. We warn all urban explorers to avoid this location at all costs. The hospital is scheduled for demolition, but workers refuse to enter. They report hearing screams coming from the basement in broad daylight. The mystery of the ritual and its participants remains unsolved. Some believe the hospital was built on top of an ancient burial ground. Whatever the truth, the darkness there is very real. Be careful what you go looking for in the dark, because sometimes the dark looks back. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the unexplained. If you enjoyed this exploration, please consider supporting the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on our next investigation. Stay safe and stay curious. See you in the next one.